G'day. To all of you who have taken precious steps to be here in this valuable time, I am here to deliver the key that can unlock the secret of the deepest part of our body, the cell. We often eat things for the sake of our health, but I hope this will be a time for you to clearly understand the fundamental reason why some things work and others don't, the cellular intelligence. I have prepared 5 main stories today. First, we will identify the true nature of free radicals, the main culprit that makes our cells age. Second, we will learn about the concepts of autophagy and mitophagy, where cells clean themselves. After looking at NRF2 and mTOR, the commanders who lead these entire systems, I will finally talk about SOD, our body's strongest shield, and the InCelligence technology that implemented all of this into reality. Let's start with the story of free radicals. Everyone, what happens to a bicycle left on the street over time? It gets red with rust, right? Our bodies are exactly the same. We call this oxidation. When we breathe and eat, energy is created, and the byproduct that is inevitably produced in that process is free radicals, ROS. Free radicals are very impatient and violent. This is because they have lost one electron that they should have. Therefore, they forcibly steal an electron from a healthy cell next to them. The cell that lost the electron becomes damaged. We call this oxidative stress, and this is the cause of more than 90% of all aging and diseases. Specifically, where do these free radicals attack? Remember 3 places. First is the cell membrane. It is the fence surrounding the cell. When this is attacked, the cell becomes mushy and weak against external intrusion. Second is the DNA. It is the blueprint of our body. What happens if the blueprint is torn or scribbled on? The possibility of mutations occurring and cancer cells being created increases. Third is protein. They are the workers that move our bodies, but the workers get injured and become unable to work. In other words, the fence collapses, the blueprint is ruined, and the workers go on strike. That is the tragedy created by free radicals. However, there is a place that suffers the most damage here. It is the mitochondria. It is the energy factory inside the cell. Since it produces energy here, the most free radicals come from here. The problem is that the factory itself breaks down first because of the trash it created. Everyone, does a broken generator emit more black smoke? Likewise, broken mitochondria cannot produce energy and instead spew out massive amounts of free radicals. If left alone, the entire cell dies. So our body has a very special system. It is mitophagy, a system that picks out only the broken factories, demolishes them, and reconstructs them. This system must run well for us to have energy and not age. Now, let's go deep into the word we must know. Oxidative stress. Our bodies are very smart. Normally, there are very powerful internal antioxidant systems such as SOD, glutathione, and catalase, which neutralize free radicals as soon as they are created. It is like a garbage truck cleaning the city's trash every morning. But the problem occurs when this balance is broken. Imagine the following 2 situations. First, when too much trash, free radicals, comes out and the garbage truck antioxidant enzymes cannot handle it. Second, when the garbage truck itself breaks down or its numbers decrease due to aging or nutritional imbalance. This state, where our body's defense capability cannot block the attack of free radicals, is what we call oxidative stress. This is not just a level of being tired. It is a scary warning light that our cells have begun to break down irreversibly, meaning they can never be restored. So how does oxidative stress destroy our bodies? It leads to 3 major results. The first is the acceleration of cellular aging. Protein and lipid debris attacked by free radicals pile up inside the cells. Furthermore, it forcibly shortens the length of telomeres, which are called the life clock. It means making you age much faster than others. The second is the induction of chronic inflammation. When oxidative stress accumulates in our body, a very stubborn inflammatory pathway called NF-kappa B is activated. There are no visible wounds, but a low-grade inflammatory state is created where inflammation continues 24 hours a day inside the body. Everyone, you must remember that this chronic inflammation is the seed of all modern diseases. The third and final is that it eventually leads to serious chronic diseases. In academia, oxidative stress is already being pointed out as the fundamental cause of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative diseases like dementia, and cancer. I briefly explained mitophagy earlier. An expanded concept from this is autophagy. In 2016, Professor Yoshinori Osumi of Japan won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for this principle. Auto means self, and phagy means eating. It is a grand cleaning system where the cell eats the trash inside itself. It's not just throwing away trash, it even recycles that trash by breaking it down into energy sources or nutrients that can be used again. It's an amazing system, right? However, as we age, this cleaning ability drops. Just as you get sick if trash piles up in your house, if trash piles up in your cells, that becomes a disease. Then, through what process does this cleaning occur? It is easy to remember in 5 steps. First is the induction stage. When our body lacks nutrition or receives stress, the manager called mTOR sends a signal. Now, let's start cleaning. Second is sequestration. A pouch called a phagophore appears and starts to wrap around the waste materials that need to be broken down. Third is the completion of the autophagosome. You can see it as the pouch being completely closed and the trash bag being tightly tied. Fourth is fusion with the lysosome. As this trash bag merges with the lysosome, which has powerful digestive enzymes, it begins to melt the trash in earnest. Fifth is recycling. After everything is melted, clean nutrients like amino acids or fatty acids come out, and the cell uses these to make energy again or create new proteins. It is truly a perfect zero-waste system, isn't it? Among autophagy, there is one more special and precise guy. It is mitophagy. If autophagy is cleaning the whole house, mitophagy is a precision service that picks out and repairs only the most important equipment in our house, the energy factory, the mitochondria. Very smart proteins called pink-1 and parkin are involved here. Normally, healthy mitochondria manage them well, but when they break down and become defective generators that cannot make energy and spew out black smoke, namely free radicals, ROS, the situation changes. At this time, pink-1 sticks to the surface of the mitochondria and plants a flag saying, "This factory is broken." Then a guy named Parkin runs over and sticks a waste sticker called ubiquitin on it. Then the cell's cleaners see this sticker and pick out only that specific mitochondrion to remove it. Why is this mitophagy so important? Remember 3 things. First, it fundamentally reduces ROS. Since the defective generator is removed, no trash will come out, right? Second, energy efficiency goes up. You feel energetic because only the fresh new factories remain. Third, it prevents cell death and diseases. Especially since our brain cells consume a lot of energy, if the mitochondria break down, scary diseases like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's occur. Mitophagy is the reliable sentinel that protects these brain cells. Finally, I will summarize the 2 concepts. If autophagy is a comprehensive grand cleaning that clears out all protein debris and even bacteria within the cell, mitophagy is a targeted precision repair that manages only the quality of the mitochondria. Autophagy's main purpose is to recycle nutrients, while mitophagy's purpose is to block the toxic substance, free radicals, and increase energy efficiency. Eventually, these 2 systems must work together like gears for our cells to emit energy without aging. Now, do you understand what a great purification process is happening in our bodies? In our bodies, there are 2 core signaling pathways that direct cellular defense and growth, the shield and the manager. They are NRF2 and mTOR. We learned earlier that autophagy and mitophagy perform comprehensive cleaning and targeted precision repair cleaning in our bodies. Then, who flips this cleaning switch? It is our body's signaling system. First, remember a guy named NRF2. He is the defense commander of our body. When free radicals invade, he runs to the genes and gives an order. Everyone, quickly make antioxidant enzymes. And there is a guy named mTOR. He is the resource manager. When food comes in and nutrition is abundant, he instructs, now let's increase the body size and grow. Conversely, when nutrition is lacking or the cell is struggling, he instructs, now is not the time to grow. Quickly start cleaning autophagy first. These two commanders must exchange signals smartly for the cell to stay healthy. The integrated coordination of NRF2 and mTOR, defense and growth, is important. The two pathways do not operate independently. While NRF2 builds the defense shield, mTOR coordinates the allocation of cellular resources. When these two pathways work harmoniously, the cell maintains optimal homeostasis. If there are genetic mutations, BRCA, TP53, etc., the delicate regulation of these two pathways can be a particularly important health management strategy. Everyone, you take antioxidants like vitamin C or E for your health, right? They are very important. However, inside our bodies, there already exist natural antioxidant enzymes that are tens of thousands of times more powerful than these external supplements. The main character is SOD. I call this the commander of the invincible fleet protecting the cells. Every time we breathe and produce energy, toxic free radicals are inevitably created inside the cells. At this time, SOD is the first to run and acts as the first line of defense to neutralize these fatal toxins. Especially if SOD does not play its part inside the mitochondria, the energy factory our cells burn from the inside. It is the start of aging and disease. The problem is that this powerful SOD is not eternal. Unfortunately, our body's SOD production capacity peaks in our 20s and drops sharply starting from our 40s. One of the reasons why age-related fat sticks and energy drops is because this internal shield has become thin. If the shield weakens, DNA is attacked and inflammation becomes chronic. Then what should we do? Eating SOD directly has limitations in terms of absorption. That is why USANA's InCelligence technology is great. It's not about putting it in from the outside, but waking up the NRF2 pathway inside the cell to send a signal so that our body produces SOD in large quantities by itself. The science of reawakening the invincible fleet inside my body, that is the true secret of maintaining youth. When we think of antioxidants, we usually think of vitamin C, right? That's good. However, if vitamin C catches one free radical, it dies with it. It's a one-on-one fight. But the enzyme called SOD that our body directly makes is different. This guy is a machine gun. It doesn't die itself and eradicates 1 million free radicals per second. Rather than eating tens of thousands of vitamin C pills, running the SOD factory inside our body once would be much more powerful, right? The health management we should pursue is not relying on putting things in from the outside, but operating the SOD factory inside our body. Now is the conclusion. Then, how can we wake up the sleeping NRF2 commander, run the SOD factory, and start autophagy cleaning? The answer is USANA's InCelligence Technology. This technology is not just simple nutritional supplementation. 8 core ingredients send precise signals to the cells. Knock knock cell, you are in danger now. Quickly wake up NRF2 to hold the shield and run the SOD factory. And clean the old mitochondria with mitophagy, it commands. The technology that awakens the intelligence of the cell to protect itself, that is true science. Everyone, to summarize today's lecture in one sentence, health is not about filling, but about awakening the intelligence of the cells. Wake up the powerful army and cleaners inside your body against the enemy called free radicals. InCelligence technology will awaken the potential of your cells. I hope this time becomes a turning point where your cells regain vitality. Thank you sincerely for watching.